I'm here with Lucy Loizou, a prominent UK Cypriot solicitor within our community, and she's here to talk about herself.
Thank you, Mike. Yes, as you say, my name is Lucy Loizou. I'm a family law solicitor. I work for a company called the International Family Law Group, and we specialise in family law. I was born and raised here in the UK, and my parents are from Cyprus.
So you specialise in family law. What does that involve?
So family law is a whole spectrum of different aspects in relation to relationships. So it covers things like the breakdown of marriages, if you're thinking of separating, if you're thinking of divorcing, if there are issues relating to children and where they should live. We also cover a wide spectrum of international aspects of cases. So quite often my clients are Greek or Cypriot and they have Greek or Cypriot assets. It's anything really to do with relationships and difficulties that arise in relationships.
You say you deal with Greek and Cypriot community, and do you represent many people from that community?
I do, yes. I would say 60 to 70% of my caseload is linked with our community. Clients tend to like the fact that I am Cypriot, that I speak Greek, that I understand the cultural aspects. They find that that's a real benefit. Similarly, if I'm acting for someone and the other side is Greek or Cypriot, then that also helps sort of progress cases.
Talk to us about how things have been for you in your work during lockdown.
It's been an interesting time for us. We found that it's been a period of growth. Unfortunately, there have been lots of relationships that have sadly broken down, and so people have required our services. There has been an increase in domestic abuse cases as well. That's meant that people have had to take legal advice. We are now changing the way that we work and the way that we offer services to our clients. A lot of our meetings take place remotely now, whether through telephone or Skype. Our court hearings take place remotely. It's been a challenging time, but also a very positive time in the world that we find ourselves in at the moment.
And how do you see things changing as we all slowly ease out of lockdown? And what advice can you give to those thinking of separating?
I think that the way we're going to work in the future really is going to change. I think there will be much less face-to-face contact between solicitors and clients and judges. We'll continue to have Zoom meetings with clients. The hearings will take place remotely. We won't be in court as much in terms of face-to-face in front of judges. It's just really adapting to the way that the world is at the moment. In terms of the advice that I would give people is don't rush into separating, divorcing. Take time to build on your relationship. If you're working from home, see if you can build on any difficulties. But if it comes to the stage where you've decided that actually you need legal advice, then someone like myself, other lawyers in my firm, we're here to help you to provide that top-class service that will help you through the difficult period.
And do you have any links with Cyprus or Greece or any other international country?
We do. If there are cases that have a Greek or Cypriot element, I have a variety of lawyers that I can contact in Greece and Cyprus that can help us and advise us on the laws in those countries.
I've read in the press that weddings are taking place by Zoom. Is that true?
Yes, we've had a few clients that have contacted us and saying, can I get married by Zoom? We know that in America, for example, there are Zoom ceremonies taking place, which is quite a strange phenomenon, really.
And how can people... What will be happening with the courts?
So the courts have also changed the way they work. They're not closed. There is still very much access to justice for people. Hearings are taking place remotely. So whether that be by telephone, whether that be by Skype or Zoom, some face-to-face hearings are still taking place, and the courts have put measures in place to make sure that everybody is well protected within the courtroom buildings and that there's social distancing, etc.
And when will you be back on the radio helping those in need in the community?
So very excited to announce that the radio show is back on London Greek Radio as of next Wednesday at 7:15. Olympia and I will be back giving information to our listeners in the Greek and Cypriot community. It's been strange not being on air. We've been doing the programme now for nearly 10 years, and it's proved really beneficial for the community, but also hugely rewarding for me personally to be able to give something back.
How can people get in touch with you and your firm?
So if you do want to get in contact with us, you can contact me at our offices. As I say, we're called the International Family Law Group. The telephone number is 0203 178 5668, or alternatively, my email address is Lucy, Lucy, .Loizou, Loizou, at iflg.uk.com.
And you say that you give 10 to 15 minutes on the phone free to see if you can help them?
Yes, I always think it's so important, you know, it doesn't cost us anything to speak to people and to give them information and give them help. If I personally can't help them on an issue, then I'll make sure that I put them in touch with someone that can. And of course, if they need our assistance, we're always here to help.
And a final word for the community?
Final word for the community is Nasta Gala, keep safe, look after each other. And if you need a family lawyer who knows what they're doing, top of their field, then you know where to come. Thanks a lot,
Lucy.
Mike.